Hello, welcome to another of my hip hop album review videos. This time I'm going to be looking very specifically at one album, that being the newly released Chaotic Made Me Do It by Chaotic, a London rapper who's produced the entirety of this album himself, recorded at home with GarageBand and recording software. And so me being quite heavily involved in this project, I'm not going to give I don't want to give it too much of a I don't want to try and be as objective as I can whilst going over the album. So just like going looking through the songs track by track, because this is an album that I feel very passionate about, and I hope that by going through the album, I can make you interested in it as well and want to check it out for yourself. Certainly, if you enjoy like lyricism, listening to lyrics, while every song may not be the most complex rhyme schemes or what have you, there's certainly some very strong multi-syllable rhyming throughout, some very catchy lines, and all flows together quite effortlessly. Just for a project that has been essentially recorded with no budget and nothing to go for. I mean, I feel that the album has turned out really well, and say I hope that if you get a chance to hear it, you feel the same. So we're introduced on the album with the track "Forgive Me," a very haunting track to open up, um, with a story about the desire to succeed in music and make it out of one's struggles, going so far as to do a literal deal with the devil in order to succeed. So, we culminate in the third verse with a conversation between Chaotic and the devil. A great back and forth there. I'm sure you agree. But yeah, just a very haunting cinematic sound for the tracks with the way it's been pieced together, and let's say a very strong introduction to the album, kind of very strong setting the tone for the album as a whole, taking the story kind of taken from the image we get on the album cover of the demon holding the contract. After this, we have Therapy, which also kind of, in a way, looks at the desire for music, but kind of the opposite end of the spectrum, where we're looking at music as a way to exercise one's demons, and as a like a therapeutic session, as it were. The sound is a lot more kind of chill, kind of very like bouncy, as well as the lyrics, kind of like the say very strong rhymes bouncing off as kind of as it kind of like rattles through the track. So I find very catchy. After this, we have Carpe Noctem, a very kind of nocturnal sounds. Like nocturnal as in nighttime, not as in the rapper that works with Dr. Dre. Super ugly. No, more like so. A very like a club song, but more of a like throwback to like a kind of like ludicrous Redman style, very catchy punchline driven track. So yeah, after this, after like a silly radio interlude skit, we get like that, which kind of similarly is a very like catchy punchline driven song, but with more of a Middle Eastern influence to the sounds of it. We begin the track with kind of like a parody of the old school. It's like this and like that, and which we also we get the like this and like that. Forms the basis of the chorus, which is where the like that title comes from. But after this, we go for a more solemn sounds with in the form of Tracy, a very again quite haunting song, particularly like on the chorus with the backing vocals, which like sound quite haunting. The rest of the song is like the verses are lighter, but the melancholy kind of comes in throughout the sounds of them. The story itself being of a young woman obsessed with the artist Khaotic's music and using that as escape from her life, which kind of, without giving away too much of the story, kind of ends in disastrous consequences. After this, we have the collaborative Chaos and Sin between Khaotic and myself, since the S. This is very like bars driven, just like two very long verses, focusing very heavily on the bars and kind of like a bit of like a horror chorus sound at times in the lines. The song itself, while being quite bass heavy, does have quite an apocalyptic feel to it, particularly as the verses build and we get some like kind of like demonic, high pitched voices, kind of chattering in the background. After this, we kind of go into a bit more of like the emotional side of the project. Not to say there's not been emotion up until this point, but something like the next few songs kind of lean a bit more in that direction. Uh, Beginning with the childhood interlude, which uses some like soft piano notes to just like underscore Chaotic's own reflection about how he's been able to progress with his music since childhood. Then moving into True Love, a kind of idyllic, romantic track. Well, even though it's we go, I say, lean more onto the emotional side with this kind of song. The lyrics do not let up. It's still quite a pacey, wordy track. Throughout the verses, which is always interesting to see. For it really does help pick up, inflict, induce a lot more life into this style of song. After this, we have Stand Up Proud. Chaotic looking more at his own upbringing and the hurdles had to overcome to get to where he is, with the more triumphant chorus, which features some more vocals for the final chorus to really kind of like pump up the sounds of it. We then have Soldier of Fortune, a like a very cinematic song retelling uh, Chaotic's own grandfather's experiences in World War II, using sounds of bombs and air raid sirens to kind of help fill out the sound. Kind of, try and make you feel, experience the what was being told you by yourself. And then to finish off, we have Balefire, a very anthemic, triumphant sounding track to really to really punch the end of the album through. Again, very strong lyricism throughout, over a more rock influence sound, featuring some live guitar from Freddie Krug's, who helped mix and master the album as well. So a great way to kind of like really end off the album on a high. And yeah, say just kind of like, as general an overview as I feel I can give for the project. But I say, just to reiterate, a really strong album from a lyricist point of view, but even in terms of like the production, which say just no budget, all made via software. It's all really comes through well. Some very catchy, earwormy sounds throughout the album. And yeah, I just really feel that if you find the chance to get the opportunity to listen to this album, online on YouTube, streaming services, however you consume your music, I hope you'll give this a chance. And yeah, I'm sure if this is if this is your style of music, or perhaps even if it's not your style of music, I'm sure you will be able to take something away from it. And yeah, I just really hope you enjoy this opportunity to support some new music. And yeah, I'll see you around for some other album reviews, I'm sure, in the future. Take care.